extra, read all about it. Get your copies while they last. Stop the presses.
And now for something completely different.
Are you ready for a little truth? Are we not entertained? Wisdom is the proper use of knowledge and experience. There are no safe spaces here. The truth shall make you free. It's showtime! So you want the truth, but can you handle the truth? Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Now that's entertainment. Enlighten me a little. What you say is quite logical. And what did we learn? Prepare yourself for a little sensory overload. I came here for the truth. 7 years ago, stand by the roll show intro. Roll show intro in 3, 2, 1, go.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.
Hello, America, family, friends, and listeners all around this planet we call home. This is the Craig L. Hayes Show. I am Craig L. Hayes. It is the 27th of March, 2025, and we are coming from the Northern Command Center. I know Rush Limbaugh used to always use Northern Command, Southern Command. I don't want to be just using his terminology, but I got to find something that works for me on this one. Because sometimes I do things down in Las Vegas. Sometimes I do things in St. George. Sometimes I do things all over the place. I take my studio with me sometimes. Anyhow, this is a wonderful day today, and we are coming from Enterprise, Utah right now. And we're going to talk about one subject and one subject matter only. And it's one that, if you're a true constitutional conservative, believe in the Constitution, you follow the Constitution, you understand the Constitution, and you want it followed, especially by political leaders, by the President, and by the Supreme Court. Articles 1, Articles 2, Article 3, the people in those positions. If you're a true believer in the Constitution, then today's little discussion is about you and us and them. Donald Trump is trying his very best to fulfill the promises made to the American people when they elected him president. As president, he is allowed or required to do certain things in his office. He has the authority to do certain things. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. He's required to fulfill the obligations of the office to do certain things. And one of those things is immigration. One of those things is removing dangerous criminals from our society that are here illegally. Illegally, meaning they are not here legally. Removing these low-life scumbags and sending them back to the country of their origin. It is his job that when people come over here on visitor visas or student visas, that they comply to every condition in that visa, allowing them to be here. Yes, I believe they still have the right to free speech, stand up and say, we disagree with this, I am a whatever, and I disagree with this vehemently. You have the right to say that. I don't care if you say it all day long. But when your words encourage others, when your words try to get others to go along with you and have a violent uprising, bye-bye. Put them on the plane, send them back home, or send them to Guantanamo. I don't care which one, but get these pieces of garbage, these subhuman people, out of our country. Now we have District court judges that have decided that Donald Trump, fulfilling his obligations as President of the United States in removing criminals and sending people back to their countries of origin who are here illegally and are criminals, that he's not allowed to do that. A district court judge. Now remember, there's probably a couple thousand district court judges all throughout this country. And they all have certain little areas where they are the district court. Meaning, I don't know how many they have here in southern Utah. They may only have a couple federal district court judges. That's like someone in a little town of 100,000 people, a judge that's overseeing 100,000 people, believes he has the right to tell the President of the United States what to do. We have these little tiny men and women who have no authority other than in the little area that they live in, who are unelected. Remember, they are unelected. Nobody elected them. They were put in there by a president and the Senate. But they believe they have a right to tell the President of the United States, who was elected by the people, the Electoral College, and ratified by Congress as president, that he can't do his job as specified within Article 2 of the Constitution. Does anybody see a problem with that? I know if you're a Democrat, you don't, because you're really not that bright. Democrats, you're just not smart enough to understand and love and cherish the Constitution. You believe in the rule of tyrannical dictators or despots, or you believe in whatever you believe in. You have mentally disordered brains. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that to be honest. Being a Democrat requires being some kind of a mental illness. What do we have in this country? What is the whole center of our government? It says it in the preamble to the Constitution. What are the first 3 words in the preamble to the Constitution? And if people are listening to this and you guys are youngsters and haven't been taught any of this stuff and you're trying to wonder what the Constitution is, it won't hurt you to read what the Constitution says and why the government operates the way it does and what it's supposed to do and what it's not supposed to do. I'm going to try to educate you guys. Get you guys some learning inside your head. But in all seriousness, what are the first 3 words? We, the people. Those 3 words separate our Constitution from everybody else's Constitution in the entire world. We have a Constitution that is set up that allows a government to be formed and to have authority by consent of the people or the governed. Our system is we allow you people to do certain things within the structure of the Constitution, but we hold the ultimate power. We did not set up a system of government that said we're setting up a government by consent of the government or by the Supreme Court or by a little crappy district court judge. We didn't set any of that up. That's not what our organization is. And yet, everybody looks at the Supreme Court as having the most authority and the biggest on the block, the most knowledge, and we have to do what it says. Wrong. We do not. We don't have to do what a federal judge says, especially a president of the United States, unless he is violating the Constitution. You have to show me somewhere that says he's violating the Constitution. You just can't say he's not allowed to get rid of illegal aliens because you're violating their rights. What rights? What rights do illegal aliens have? Please tell me right now, right this very moment, what rights does an illegal alien have? Someone who snuck into this country and is taking advantage of the liberty and freedom that we enjoy as citizens and legal residents. What rights does that illegal alien have other than to be told, hey, you're here illegal, get on this plane, you're going back home? I don't think we should hurt them. I don't think we should be violent with them. I don't think we should do any damage to them physically or anything like that. But we should just ship them out as fast as they can come in here. They don't belong here. How hard is this for you Democrats to figure this out? I know you're trying to destroy this nation by bringing in replacement voters because blacks, browns, Asians, whatever you want to say, are fleeing your party. So you need replacements as fast as you can get them. This country, the people in here are rejecting you Democrats as fast as possible right now after 4 years of tyranny under Joe Biden and the deep state and the weaponization of government against the people of the United States. You people blew it. You blew it so bad. So, what authority does a district court judge, please explain to me this really quickly, because I'm not sure I can find anywhere in the Constitution where a district court judge has any authority whatsoever. You know why that is? Because the Constitution only sets up a Supreme Court of the United States. It doesn't set up an appellate system in the Supreme of courts in the United States. It doesn't even set up district court judges. It sets up a Supreme Court. Now, how did we get district court judges and appellate court judges? Congress. Congress set that up. But they're not constitutional offices. They are not constitutionally in anywhere, shape, or form the Constitution. They are set up by law and by somewhat necessity by Congress. And so now here's what we have. We have little district court judges with small minds, but very rabid ideological beliefs that they have the authority to tell the entire country what to do. They are more worried about criminals staying in this country than they are about the citizens of the United States. Are you seeing what's going on here? Democrats care more about illegal alien criminals, people who are murdering, raping, selling drugs, destroying citizens of the United States. The Democrat Party worries more about those people than they do about citizens and those that are legally here and did it the right way. And you Democrats don't understand why people are fleeing your party? Talk about being blind. Ignorant and blind. Ideologically evil, dumb, and blind. That's what's going on right now. God bless Donald Trump, because he never violates court orders. That's one thing he doesn't do. He believes the court system will work its way out and through the system. It's better him than me, because I would just look at that district court judge and say, you have no authority telling me what to do under the Article 2 of the Constitution. You're not even in the Constitution, so go to hell. And until you can show the Supreme Court of the United States where I'm violating the Constitution in my oath of office and Article 2, somewhere in Article 2 I'm violating it, you have no say in this matter. And until then, the Supreme Court has no say in this matter. The Supreme Court is supposed to be the weakest of the branches of government, and yet we've somehow raised them to be the most important. Wrong. You know why that is? That's because Congress is a failure. Congress fails to do the work of the citizen of the United States. Congress fails to protect the citizen of the United States. They sit back there and they just watch what's happening with an evil president like Joe Biden bringing in 20 million illegal aliens into this country, and don't do anything to cut off every dime, every dollar, do impeachment and remove him from office for crimes, for real crimes. Congress, you're pathetic. Even with the Republicans running, you're still pathetic. This is your chance to do so much good, to get in there and straighten so much out and help President Trump get his stuff done. No, you sit back and you just keep playing your little stupid games while you have the president and his cabinet trying to fix this country. And you're allowing Congress, you low-life SOBs, you have low-life piece of garbage, federal judges, stopping the will of the people who elected President Trump, and you're doing nothing about it. Well, what we can do about it is impeach him. Oh, so you're willing to go through an impeachment hearing, you're willing to go through a trial, and it's never going to get 67 votes enough to take and remove that judge. You're never going to get that. So what's your game plan on Plan B? Here, listen to a guy that just barely graduated from high school in 1980. Barely graduated. Here's how you do it. Mike Johnson, it's very simple. These judges that are doing that, so let's just say that this judge is in District Court number 8 in Seattle, Washington. What you do is you go in there and you defund District 8 in the federal judgeship, and he's gone. No money goes to that department at all. He's gone. You can do it by money. You don't have to go through this stupid bullshit process that you guys keep on trying to take. You guys are playing politics while the country is burning. While Democrats are burning this country down, figuratively and literally, if you look at Tesla dealerships, while the country's being burned and destroyed, you guys are playing political games instead of getting in there and showing what Congress is supposed to be doing. You're not going in there and taking and removing these judges by way of economics. These 6, 8, 10, 12 judges or whatever out there that are playing this game, every one of their courts need to be defunded tomorrow. That will send a simple message. Stay in your lane. You have no authority in Article 2 of the Constitution. You're not in the Constitution. Stay out of it. And don't tell the rest of the country what they have to do, you pieces of garbage. You know, stand up to this authoritarian bullcrap from these judges. Judges are... especially ones appointed by Obama and Clinton and George Bush and Biden. They are not friends to the Constitution. They don't follow the Constitution. They follow the Democrat Party ideology. So, what you can do about it? What you can do about it, Mike Johnson? You hold the purse strings. You're the most powerful man in the country. The President of the United States isn't the most powerful man. You are. Because you don't need to be the king if you're the king's accountant. You're the king's accountant. You control the purse strings. What are you going to do about it in fixing this problem? What are you going to do to stand up with President Trump to stop this abuse of power, a power grab by the judiciary, and stop them from violating the Constitution? Well, right now, you're doing nothing. And if you sit there and say, well, we're going to bring impeachment, then you're really going to do nothing because it's not going to go anywhere. Pull the funding for these judges. Shut down their courts. All you need to do is have 51 votes. 51 votes in the Senate, and all you need is a majority in the House. List the judges, the districts in there, and say, we are going to take and shut this one down, 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 right down the line. Sit there and say they are now defunded. All in favor? Aye, boom, done. Send it to the president. He signs it. Those judges are now unemployed. They can go back into the private sector and be ambulance chasers. Are you going to do that? Or are you going to wait for a Supreme Court, the Supreme Court, to take and rule on stuff because you're cowards? And as long as we have justices like John Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett on there, I'm not sure this country is going to survive, because they don't seem to understand that the Constitution is what's important, not their social life around Washington, D.C. with all these other people and groups. You're more despicable than Democrats, because you're supposed to be standing up for the Constitution. So, what are we going to do about it? What you going to do about it? What you going to do? What you going to do? What you going to do, huh? What you going to do? Well, all I can do is say is I hope that you guys pull your heads out of your asses and you get busy and you start supporting this president. We didn't get him elected to watch him sit there and not be able to get things done because you guys are cowards. If it costs you your career in Congress, that's a small price to pay, considering the president almost paid with his life trying to get this country fixed. He was willing to sacrifice his life for the country, and you're worried about your career, you low-life scumbag pieces of garbage. And you judges, yeah, you need to be gone. You need to be gotten rid of. Out the door, unemployed. Oh, well, that's this discussion. We'll call this my judge rant of the day, because I really don't like judges. I don't like authority in many, many ways. There's a lot of good judges out there that are trying to do the right thing and follow the Constitution. Unfortunately, we have a lot of bad judges that want to follow the ideology of the Democrat Party and Karl Marx instead. These are what these judges are. We have a lot of good cops out there, but we have a lot of bad cops, and the good cops don't do anything about the bad cops. That makes all the cops bad. Do you get the picture? All you judges become bad when judges allow bad judges to not be stopped. So Mike Johnson, Jim Thune, I can't remember your first name, Thune, in the Senate. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to take and fix the situation by reprimanding these judges and removing their financials for those districts and firing them, basically? You have the power. You created the courts, those courts. You can remove those courts. You can add people to them. You can subtract people from them. You can do whatever you want to do. You're Congress. Start acting like it. You were all easy to rubber stamp everything for Joe Biden and his tyranny. None of you guys tried stopping him from bringing in 20 million illegals. None of you judges said he's violating the Constitution left and right, bringing in illegal aliens and allowing these criminals to go into our communities and do violent and horrible things to people in those communities. You guys never said a damn word about that. You never tried stopping that one time. President tries to save the American people, the citizens of this country, and you guys say he can't do it. Do you guys get the picture yet? I'm saying it over and over again because I'm not sure you guys are smart enough to hear this. You Democrats just are not smart enough to understand this. You're not bright enough to comprehend the destruction that you guys have caused. So anyhow, that's about where we stand on this one. The tyranny of judges. Actually, I think I'll call this one consent. The consent of the people. There we go. I like that title. Consent of the governed. There's my title for this one. Thank you, everybody. Hope you listen to me some more later, and we keep on doing this, and we explore the things of the Constitution and the pros and cons of policies that are out there. Until then, Talbot, take it away.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.